On page 274, we're going to talk about gravity, the force that pulls us down. Every moon and planet in our solar system pulls objects toward it with a force called gravity. In a recent Olympic Games, the winning high jump was 7 feet and 8 inches. High jump, when they jump over a pole. Okay? It was 7 feet 8 inches, or 7 2/3. The reason they say that 7 and 8 inches is the same as 7 2/3 is because for every foot there is 12 inches. So really what they're saying is that there was 7 holes and 8 inches out of a foot, which is 12 inches. Everyone knows, okay, that 12 inches is 1 foot. So it's 8 inches, 8 out of 12, so 7 and 8, 12. Well, when you simplify this, how many 4s are here? 2. How many 4s are here? 3. We would write it as 7 and 2/3. Okay? Continue reading. The winning pole vault was 19 feet. Wow. Okay? Pole vault is this sport where somebody runs with a long pole and they stick it in the ground and then they jump really high using the force from the pole. The pole even bends and it kind of throws the person over this bar really high up in the air. Pole vault. This is an illustration of the sport of pole vault, where you run, you use the pole to force yourself up, use the power of it to be able to jump over a bar high up in the air. So 19 feet was the length. Suppose that the Olympics were held on Earth's moon, or on Jupiter, Mars, or Venus. What height might we expect for a winning high jump or a winning pole vault? Okay, on the moon, one could jump 6 times as high as on Earth. So this amount here times 6. Okay, about how in high jump, how many feet would they have? In pole vault, how many? Okay, so remember, pole vault was 19 on Earth, right here, times 6. And high jump was 7 2/3 times 6, and that'll be your answer there. Let's do pole vault just for fun. 19 times 6 would be, if it's 20 times 6, it would be 120. Minus 6 would be 114. Would it not? 19 times 6 would be 114 feet. In the book on question 2, same page 274, it says, on Jupiter one can jump about 3/8 as high as the Earth. 3/8 is a fraction, which means less than 1. If you can only jump a fraction of what you can jump somewhere else, it means you can only jump part of that. So is Jupiter's pull of gravity stronger or weaker than Earth? Well, on Jupiter, one can jump only a fraction of what can be jumped on Earth. This means the gravity on Jupiter is stronger. In order to do question 6 on the Moon, Jupiter, Mars, and Venus, you have to be able to answer questions 1 to 4 above. And it's asking, if you use this actual measurement, about how many feet high would be the winning jump. So what you have to do is round all of your answers. It said previously that the winning height was 19 feet, but it was rounded down from 19 feet and 1 inch. So round them all, and then you'll find the highest number, compare it to the second highest number. And that way you will know by how much more the winning jump was. Page 274A is, we continue to practice fractions. Number 1, Mia hosts a party, and she put out this many pizzas, okay, on the right side. We have 1, 2, 3, and this looks like it's a half a pizza. except it's broken into quarters, right? So it would be 1, 2, 3 and a half. How many pizzas has Mia pulled out? Go ahead and write it in a mixed number. For the May party, just to make sure, I hope you wrote this. Okay, you could have also written 3 and 2/4, but then you would have to simplify this. Okay, for the May party, Mia wants to put out 2 times as many pizzas. Draw a picture to show how many pizzas that is. So, simply take this image here. Sorry, where happened to my... Okay, simply take this image right here and draw it twice. So how many holes will you draw? And how many halves will you draw? If you put 2 halves together, what do you have? So what's 3.5 plus 3.5? Or 3.5 times 2? Write a number model to show. I just told you 2 of them. 3.5 plus 3.5 or 3.5 times 2. 2 times, right? D. For the June party, Mia wants to put out half as many pizzas as she did for the April party. Draw a picture to show how many that is. Now go ahead, take this amount here and draw half of them. Well, if I were to draw half of 3.5, remember that you're gonna need a hole, because you could put this one to this side, okay? Separate it to this side, separate that one to that side, cut this one in half, put half over here, half over there, take 1/4 here and put it here. So what do you have? You have a whole, okay? You have a half, and you have a quarter. What would that be? One and a half, right? 1.5 and 1.25. Well, a half and a quarter, and a 1. Half and a quarter is 75, right? So it's 3/4. Put it like this: 1 and 3/4. Right there. Right? That would be half. Remember to write a number model. A number model would be something like half of 3.5. What can we replace this off with? If you're thinking a nice multiplication symbol, as pretty as mine, you are right. When you multiply a positive number by a positive number that is less than 1, so when you multiply by a fraction, the product will go up or will it go down? Remember, if you want to know what half of 8 is, you would multiply by a fraction, right? By half. 8 times half is going to give you 4. So, did my number go down or up? Did this number go down or did it go up from this number? Well, you go ahead and write your answer. And when you multiply a positive number by a number that is greater than 1, okay, we're over here, when it's greater than 1, the product will, well, let's do the same example. I have 8, and I'm going to multiply by something that's greater than 1 times 2 equals 16. Did it go up or did it go down from the original number? Go ahead and write your answer right there. And for the bottom part, read carefully. It says right there, do not actually multiply the numbers. Do not actually multiply them. All it's asking you is to tell whether the product will be greater, equal to, or less than. Okay, I'm going to multiply this product, 6, by 2/3. I'm multiplying a whole number by a fraction. Will it be more, equal to, or less than? Will it be more, equal to, or less than? Remember to write the words actually, right? More, equal, check out my lovely writing, equal, or less. Okay? Choose one of the One of the three words. And go ahead and do that from 3 to 10. Check out these fractions too. 2/5 of 5 over 2. And that would actually be, it would also be 2 and a half, right? 2 and a half, and I'm looking for 2/5 of 2 and a half. Will it go down or go up? For pages 274b, 275, and the math boxes, we will do those in class. It's just too much for just one evening. This video is easily over 21 minutes long, which means you'll probably have easily 40 minutes of math homework. Go ahead and just do the 40 minutes. Do not do 274b, 275, and the math boxes on 276. Save those for class. If you watch the video, you will know. See you tomorrow.